Well, it wasn't pretty, but one thing's for sure. It was good to see our guys pick up some 2-out hits with runners in scoring position. And it kind of started, I gave Reed Rollman credit in the third inning. We finally had a 2-out single RBI to get us on the board. And then in the 7th inning, we had the blue pit from Pender, which gave Weston Jackson an opportunity to step up big and hit the 3-run homer in the 7th inning. And then in the 8th inning, Pender delivered another blow with a double, 2 RBIs, and then Grayson Bird with a 2-out double that I think we scored. I think that cleared the bases. So I thought we had great production from the bottom of the order. Bird, Jordan Green gave us a couple really good at-bats. Robert Jolly, his first career start behind the plate, hit the ball very well, had 2 hits, scored 3 runs, and I thought he caught exceptionally well. Very, very proud of Robert. Also thought our pitching staff, we struggled. Tyler struggled. He was just up. He was up in the zone, and Western Carolina's a really good hitting team. But, Jacob Hennessy gave us a chance. A true freshman, threw the ball exceptionally well. Probably burned him for the weekend, but, we'll worry about the weekend when we get there. We needed to find a way to stay in this ball game and give ourselves a chance to win, and Jacob did that. He gave us a chance to win this game, and then Brooks Crawford and Riley Gilliam were very, very good at the end of the game, so our bullpen threw the ball very, very well. It was good to see us come from behind and win a ball game. We just got to be more aggressive. My message to the team after the game was, we've got to be the aggressors. We've got to show toughness and compete for 9 innings. I just think I don't know if we're, just a little bit too timid for me early in the ball game. We got to get up there and take aggressive hacks at the plate. We got to be aggressive on the mound. We just got to play aggressive baseball. We got to get more energy going. And we'll get there. We got a lot of new guys, a lot of first-year guys. But it was good to see us kind of break it open there at the end, come from behind, and hopefully we'll carry that energy and that confidence into the weekend against a really good Elon club.
You haven't had any problem getting runners on, but getting them in's been a problem. Everybody will look at Weston Jackson's blast and say maybe that takes the pressure off, but sometimes you need a bloop like Pender's to kind of open the floodgates a little bit.
Well, we absolutely did. If you look at the first 5 innings, we had 2 guys on base for 5 consecutive innings and only scored 1 run. So, when you look at it, we're having good at-bats. We're putting together some pretty good at-bats without squaring a lot of balls up. But we got to square the ball up, too. You're not just going to walk your way to, 6 or 7 runs in a ball game. We got to swing the bats. And, it was great to see Reed, step up there and, Jolly with the double in the 3rd and then Reed with a 2-out knock. And it was good for Weston Jackson, early on just trying to find his way in the order and to, drill a ball out of the ballpark. And, that's the guy that we saw in the fall. He hit, 7 home runs, I think, in the fall. We know he's a good hitter. So it's really good to see him step up and deliver a big blow. Hopefully this will get our guys to relax a little bit and not try to do too much and just get up there and just let it fly. Just see the ball in the strike zone and let it fly and take your best swing.
Coach, you turned to Riley in the 8th inning with the tying run on second. That's a tough spot to come in and make his first appearance of the season. What gave you the confidence in him to get you out of that jam?
Riley threw exceptionally well in his save. He actually had a save against Wright State where he struck out the last 4 hitters of the game. But Riley, we have a lot of confidence in Riley. We feel like Riley brings not only an above-average fastball, but an above-average breaking ball when he comes into the ball game. He's got a true out pitch, and you need that at the end of the ball game. So Riley, we almost went to him when the leadoff guy hit the double. When they flipped the order back to the top of the order, Coach C actually said we may need to go to Riley right now. And I said, let's see if Brooks can finish this thing up. And then, sure enough, leadoff guy drilled a ball into the gap. But Riley, the thing that impressed me the most about Riley was he came into that situation, and then when we scored, 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th, we got a 6-run lead, and he still came into the 9th inning with a closer's mentality. So he still had the same mentality with a 6-run lead as he did there in the 8th inning in a tight spot.
Would you consider using a crawl out of the pen at all in a midweek game like this, or
Probably not. Probably not. I mean, there's times where you may use a starting pitcher if it's his bullpen day. I've done that from time to time, but it would typically be later in the year on a Tuesday night. If it's your Friday night guy's bullpen day, you may use it, but it depends on the pitcher. There's certain guys that pitch for us that you can do that with, that recover really well and actually want to throw their pen, so to speak, in the game. I don't know if we would do that with Pat. I mean, it's a possibility later in the year, but no, not this early in the season. Not when guys are still, in that 80-ish pitch count, 85 pitch count range. We wouldn't want to have them throw their bullpen in the game.
It's Grayson.
Do we see a little bit of why Weston Jackson is a guy that you would want to bring into this program?
Yeah, there's no question about it. I mean, Weston's hit. Weston's been a really good hitter in his college career. He was a third-team All-American last year at Presbyterian. I think he hit 330-something with 10 home runs. So he's a good hitter, and we have the utmost confidence in him. He just, is just still trying to, find his way a little bit and get his timing down. And he sure smacked that ball pretty good. So hopefully that'll get him going. Sometimes it just takes one good swing to put one on the barrel, and it'll get a guy going. And he certainly came up big for us tonight, and it's a big reason why we won the ball game.
Is Grayson a perfect example of your aggressiveness mentality? That first two at bats not so good, even though he struck out in the third at bat. I thought it was a lot more aggressive, and then barreled up the last two.
Well, the bottom line is we've got to be able to get to the fastball, and we got to take fastball swings all the time. Even with two strikes, you change your approach a little bit, you shorten up and try to drop, maybe use the whole field a little bit more. But we do not want our guys to slow their swing down ever. We want them to take their best swing every single time. That way, if a guy makes a mistake over the plate, they got a chance to really get good barrel on it. And Birdie is a guy that has played really well for us so far, and he plays hard. He plays really, really hard, and he's hitting down in the order for us. But he's given us some really good at bats down there. Had 2 knocks tonight and drove in 3. So really proud of him.
It looks like Chase is feeling a lot better. Is this a guy that you really think can give you that big offensive boost this season?
Well, I mean, I've said it time and time again. I think Chase Pender is one of the most underrated players in the ACC. Chase is one of those guys. He's one of those rare baseball players that he can hit as a leadoff guy. He can steal bases. He can play the short game, but he can also hit for some pop and some power. And he hits really, really well with runners in scoring position. That's why we put him behind Seth tonight. And to be honest with you, I was a little nervous about doing it because it was just different. It wasn't something that we've ever done. We've hit him in the leadoff spot, but we like to hit. We like Pooty coming up with runners on base because he's one of the best hitters in our lineup with runners in scoring position. And you look at, his night tonight, he was 4 for 4, scored 2 runs and drove in 4, so he was huge for us tonight.
After you pinch hit Jordan, you moved him to second, Grayson over to third. Is Jordan just a little bit more comfortable playing second?
Oh, there's no question. Yeah, second base is his natural position. And, we were just going to try to go with the matchup there. Instead of going left on left versus Cromwell, we wanted to get Green. And we felt like Greeny's a guy that is really good to lead an inning off because he'll work the count, he'll draw a walk, and that's exactly what he did.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.